There is a law in the new covenant. It is the law of Christ. Paul wrote of not being myself under the law. That has to do with the Jews. Yet, Paul wrote that he was not being without the law of God, but within the law of Christ in the new covenant. Paul mentioned this law again to the Galatians when writing about the law of Christ. There are commandments in a law, as it is for example written about a commandment in the law. Christ gave commandments, as for example he said, I am giving you a new commandment, that you may be loving one another just as I loved you. In Exodus 19, the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. Moses then gave commandments. In Matthew 5, Christ went up on the mountain. Christ then gave commandments, saying, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments, and in this manner teaches people, he will be called least in the kingdom of the heavens. And so, for example, Moses said, you shall not murder. Christ said, you heard that it was said to the ancient ones, you shall not murder. But I say to you, that everyone being angry with his brother shall be liable to judgment. Moses said, you shall not commit adultery. Christ said, you heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you, that everyone looking at a woman so as to desire her already committed adultery with her in his heart. In Deuteronomy 11, Moses gave blessings and non-blessings. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. The blessing if you listen to the commandments, the curse if you do not listen to the commandments. In Matthew 5, Christ gave blessings and non-blessings. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the ones mourning. Jesus added in Luke, blessed are the ones hungering now. Blessed are the ones weeping now. But woe to you rich ones. Woe to you, the ones having been filled. After giving commandments in Exodus 20, Moses later said, behold, the blood of the covenant, which God commanded to you. The old covenant was thus announced in the blood. After giving commandments in Matthew 5, Christ later said, this cup is the new covenant in my blood, the blood being poured out for you. The new covenant was thus announced in Christ's blood. Moses, being the mediator of the old covenant, gave the law which we call the law of Moses. Christ, being the mediator of the new covenant, gave the law which we call the law of Christ.